cooking? You know what's cooking? Boom!
Hi there, my name is Dimple the Dragon, and I've played around 28 hours of Dota 2. And this is my friend JerAx.
Hello.
He's played over 21,000 hours of Dota 2. In that 21,000 hours, JerAx has become one of the best Dota 2 players in the world.
Slowly burning.
Winning back-to-back TI championships with his team OG. And somehow, I convinced this beautiful man to take me under his wing for 3 sessions, so that I'd hopefully no longer suck at this godforsaken game. Okay, I think we're right. So, if you've ever wondered what would happen when a Dota noob gets coached by a Dota GOAT, well, strap in, folks, because you're about to find out. In our first session together, JerAx and I spent a bit of time getting to know each other and understanding where I was at in my Dota journey.
Yeah, where should we get started? Adam? What do you think?
That's a great question. And I can tell you right now, I was not very far. Essentially, every game I played at this point, I had no idea what to do, where to go, what to farm, what to build. My head was just kind of spinning all the time. So, JerAx and I decided we were going to break things down to the most basic Dota concepts and start from there. We spent a majority of the session talking about Dota's 3 main game states, and what I should do during those game states, both in general and on my hero, Dragon Knight.
Dragon nature, unleash.
Those 3 game states were the laning phase, the mid game, and the late game. During the laning phase, I had to try and keep the creep wave closer to my tower, so I was safer in the lane. During the mid game, I had to ask myself, should I fight or should I farm to avoid taking dumb fights? And during the late game, I had to group with my team and look for a big team fight. I was just gonna say, I'll try my best to. I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it'll be at least a starting place for us to work off over the next couple days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to see the bad to understand the good.
So you're telling me suffer for a little while so I don't do it anymore, is essentially what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think suffering can work as a great lesson.
Here we go. As I spawned into my first game, I obviously started off in the laning phase and immediately got to work on my first task from JerAx. I was told that I could keep the creep wave closer to my tower in 2 ways. The main way for now was to focus on only last hitting the creeps, instead of constantly auto-attacking and pushing the wave. This concept was very familiar to me coming from League of Legends, but it didn't stop me from screwing it up right off the bat. Oh no. No! Oh! Shit! Not a good start. Not a good start. And number 2, if I wanted to challenge myself, I could use the closest jungle camp to pull my wave away from the lane, forcing the enemy creeps to walk closer to my tower. I somehow did this successfully on my first game, and it worked like a charm. It was plays like this that forced the enemy team to overextend in my lane and leave themselves open for ganks and kills. This got me back into the game after my early death, and helped to propel me into the mid game. At minute 15, I noticed the game started to change. People were moving more freely around the map, leaving their lane behind. And because of that, more skirmishes were breaking out. I realized that we had left the lane phase and entered the mid game. JerAx mentioned to me that during this phase of the game, when people get their ultimates and first items, they kind of just start running at each other for no reason. What I needed to do was ask myself when I saw a fight, should I go help or stay farming? And that answer most of the time, especially on Dragon Knight, was to stay farming. With my ultimate, I am an absolute nuisance in the side lane, able to quickly farm, push waves, and take towers. So I used that to my advantage, getting as much golden EXP as possible, while trying to not get caught by the enemy team. I also made sure to abuse my strength at this point in the game as well, picking up some kills and tower diving enemies who were caught out. After destroying some outer towers and keeping up my farm, I noticed the game beginning to shift again. All of a sudden, it was becoming a lot less safe to push up in the lanes, and I got caught out a lot more, often by a grouped up enemy team. It also felt like there were so many more options for what to do that I felt a bit overwhelmed and confused about what my next move should be. What happened? I didn't have vision. I didn't have vision. I'm so silly. This was my clue that we had now entered the late game. With some structures gone, the map opening up, and all heroes scaling, it was now time to group up, and as JerAx assigned me to do, fight. This was JerAx's way of helping me realize that fighting with my team and killing a lot of enemy heroes was the best way to open up the map, get more gold, and take some big objectives. So I made sure to group up with my team and get involved with some big team fights while trying to hold a position. Some of those fights went pretty well. Come on. Okay, that was good. That was good. We were holding this area. Okay. They're basically all dead. We can push in here. Whereas others, not so much. Okay, I'm ulting. Come on, team. What the hell was that? Okay. Hold not successful. Oh my god. It was clear during these fights that our team wasn't strong enough 5v5. Nah, I'm dead. I didn't know what to do. And eventually the enemy team took us down in our own base, losing us the game. Even though we lost, I'd say this game went pretty well in terms of the goals JerAx and I set during our session. I was able to identify the 3 main phases of a Dota game and adapt my playstyle to fit what was going on around me. But to be honest, I was still so damn confused during the mid and late game, I had no idea if the decisions I made were the right decisions, or if there was something else I was supposed to be doing that I was just missing. Okay, what should I do now? This is where I get confused. I really don't know what to do next. So JerAx and I made sure to focus on that mid to late game decision making in our next session.
But you would want to watch this replay? And
Yeah.
Sort of,
I think so.
Okay.
I think it'll be a good way you can see where I'm at. It's not going to be pretty, I don't think. At the beginning of our second session, JerAx and I watched back my laning phase, laughing at all my hilarious mistakes.
very interesting. You're not teleporting to the lane. Can you help me understand?
Oh, no. I don't know why I didn't teleport. I didn't even. I
Could
did
it be
not
some
even.
old habits here.
I did not even think about that. Holy shit!
Okay.
When I was playing, I legit didn't even think about that. And surprising successes.
You actually got it,
Yeah!
dude. Holy shit!
Yeah!
This is such a big thing.
Nice. Overall, we were decently happy with how my laning phase went, and even my mid game, where I made a couple right decisions to focus on that farming over fighting. And I was noticing at this point there was like a massive party going down on bot lane, and I did in the commentary while I'm playing, I say I really go look at it, but I make the conscious decision not to go because I should just farm because of what you said. I was like, don't like feed into it. Just stay up here.
Well, the good thing here is that Lich is also top, so it's sort of like a 4v4.
True.
And that in those cases, like it really is the right thing in my opinion here.
Okay. I even made some decent mechanical plays. I didn't realize at the time.
Okay, wow. You just immediately canceled his channeling. Did you see that?
No.
He just channeled his ultimate and you like canceled it 0.5 seconds. Like fucking crazy. You're a natural born Dota player.
My net worth showed that up to this point, I was having a pretty good game relatively to everyone else, despite the fact that I still felt like I was playing pretty poorly. Speaking of playing poorly, things really started going downhill for me after the mid game. As when the late game came around, we talked about how I was getting caught out and how important it was at this point in the game for me to stay safe and play with my team. JerAx explained to me how each of these deaths would push me further and further behind, as I now had less time to farm and gain experience, while my enemies could farm as much as they wanted. It meant that during those big fights, even when we got a monster engage, I didn't have enough power to push through and carry. After that viewing, JerAx had a pretty clear idea of what I needed to do to keep moving forward and better my mid and late game. He assigned me to work on 3 things. Firstly, in the mid game, to get into a pattern of farming the wave, then farming a jungle camp, accelerating my income so I could hit those big power spikes faster. Secondly, when I hit those big power spikes, use my advantage and look for fights, as those are the moments I'm strongest. And thirdly, play more safe in the late game, pushing out waves, grouping with my team, and hopefully beating the enemy team down with my heavy-ass wallet. And boy was I ever glad the mid and late game was the focus after that coaching session, because my early game was a complete mess in my next match. I had an Axe in my lane who was in his own little world, constantly pushing and proxying waves, making it impossible to practice my laning phase. What is he doing? What is this guy doing? How am I supposed to practice with these conditions? Okay, he's just proxying every wave, so I'm just a little bit screwed. He's gonna die again. He's gonna die again. I went into the mid-game very behind in farm because of all those shenanigans and needed to put JerAx's coaching into action if I wanted any chance at carrying. So I got straight to work on my assignments and focused on my farming rhythm. I'd clear a wave, then I'd clear a camp. I'd clear a wave, and then I'd clear a camp, all while making some picks along the way. At minute 27, after shit tons of power farming, I had my Blink Dagger, BKB, and the beginnings of my third item. I knew how strong I was and felt ready for a fight. So when I got engaged on by the enemy Primal Beast, I made sure to hold my ground and give my teammates time to back me up. This fight blew open the game for my team and I, and it was all because of my coaching with JerAx. I'd farmed up so in the mid game that I could withstand all their damage, while also having the knowledge to understand just how strong I was at that point. This fight really got the snowball rolling for us, and we just kept winning every fight we took against them. Hey! Come here! Come here! Okay, my mid-game's gotten so much better. Holy moly. Eventually, we ended up back in top lane where my game began, pushing in on their barracks, getting a bunch more kills, and destroying their ancient. GG! Having all that extra golden XP over my opponents made Dragonite an absolute monster and basically unstoppable in teamfights. And all of that was without a proper laning phase. The only thing I could think about now was how much stronger I could have been if I'd started the snowball during the laning phase instead of the mid game. So that's exactly what JerAx and I decided to focus on during our final coaching session. After JerAx and I gawked at my best friend Axe. Alright.
That's the axe.
Here he is,
He's
my
massive.
best friend. Yeah, he's yoked. We headed into the VOD review. First off, we looked at my net worth after the laning phase to see just how much my gold standing was going to improve over this game. We reviewed how I used my Blink Dagger power spike to my advantage. And then I saw people were fighting, and then I kind of just go for it, I think.
Alright. We stunned him. He's very dead now.
Yeah.
Nice. Make sure of it. And here again, I think ultimate, like, feel very good about just pressing it every time.
Yeah.
Because it gives us movement speed, right? As well.
Yeah.
Everything else is good.
My mid-game farming pattern, the big team fight which broke the game wide open. Literally in my mic, I was just like, I'm strong here, even though I was like getting my ass beat, but I just like stay. And I think we win.
Yeah. Nice. Alright. Yeah. Looking good. They're probably like, holy shit, this dragon. He used everything.
Get up!
Nice. Easy.
Easy.
You just wiped the team, and you didn't have your carry with you, who has the highest net worth.
As well as some flanks I pulled off to surprise the enemy team.
Alright.
Oh yeah,
I think
this I look
great.
for.
This is great.
I look for a flank here
Yeah.
because I see that I can get because they're all pushed up. So I see a flank opportunity here.
Yeah.
We were both really happy with how my mid and late game went, especially the fact that I'd moved up to second in net worth after such an abysmal start in lane gold-wise.
It feels sort of OP. I don't know if you have that feeling.
Oh, I feel so much stronger. Like, over just the past couple coachings. Like, it's not even close with how much stronger I feel in the game. So, now that we were pretty happy with my mid and late game basics, we set our sights on improving some crucial aspects of my laning phase so I could have control over the wave. JerAx showed me how to pull the enemy wave to kill my range creep by aggroing the enemy hero, talked to me about the importance of farming the range creep, even using my Q on Dragonite to secure it if necessary, and he also talked to me more specifically about how to pull a jungle camp to stop my wave from pushing. Now that I was armed with this new knowledge, mechanics, and confidence, I felt like I had all the pieces I needed to carry all three phases of a Dota game, but we still had to put it all to the test in one final match. Okay, let's get this laning phase done right. This was, without a doubt, the most complete and fun game of Dota I'd ever played. My laning phase improved immensely after implementing everything JerAx taught me. I pulled the creep wave by aggroing the enemy hero, keeping the wave in a great spot and forcing the enemies to take unfavorable trades into me.
Okay, I'm going to try and pull these minions. Okay, we'll kill this ranged guy. Okay, we have the wave in a good spot here.
I secured more ranged creeps by prioritizing them when CSing.
Taking too much aggro, but I'm getting the range creep. Nice! Okay.
And even pulled jungle camps to manage my creep waves after pushing a wave in. By the 9-minute mark, I was already up in CS, experience, and kills. And by the 12-minute mark, my team and I were diving the enemy laners underneath their tower, completely pushing them out of the lane.
Okay. Hey, we're diving. We're diving. Oh my god.
After that dive, I had enough gold for my Blink Dagger and immediately transitioned into my mid-game strategy. I pushed waves, took jungle camps, and farmed up a storm. I essentially played Farming Simulator for a few minutes until I had enough gold for my BKB. I then went on to hunt for some team fights. And because I was ahead in gold and XP, I kept winning fight after fight after fight.
Okay, that's a massive pick. Okay.
Using my huge power spikes to my advantage. I even made some teleporting scroll plays, which I never used to do before these coaching sessions.
We'll run a TP somewhere around here. Okay, good teleport.
Woo!
That was a good TP. I'm watching the map. Oh yeah.
I was locked in and ready to completely take over this game, securing a much-deserved win at the end of this challenge. But then, disaster struck.
What is going on?
My team and I took a terrible fight right in front of our base,
What just happened on my screen?
and the enemy team was able to push us to the brink, exposing our Ancient. We didn't give up, though.
Okay, big. Okay, huge.
We held our base, got a few picks,
Holy shit. Okay, push up the waves now. We killed all of them.
and even won a massive team fight while stopping an attempted backdoor.
Okay, we're going in. I think we're doing it. We're doing it. Oh! Kill his ass! Holy moly!
After all those assaults from the enemy, I thought finally we had won. So I cruised on down Main Street with my team, destroying the enemy barracks with my eyes on the Ancient, until I looked down at my mini-map.
No! No! The back door!
Oh! No! The tragedy, man. Oh! I'm so sad. I ended the game with a KDA of 15, 5, and 27, but was unable to get the win. To be honest, I thought that was going to be it, that this whole experience was going to end on such an unsatisfying, deflating note. I thought JerAx and I would review the game, talk about how cool it was that I put all these puzzle pieces together, get mad about the unfortunate loss, but that isn't at all what happened. We both wanted revenge. We both wanted a victory. JerAx and I threw all that out the window and queued up again, except this time he'd spectate my game live, guiding me through my every move. And this is how the game went.
To the
Yeah, wanna go in?
I just stunned him.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm so strong.
I will find him. Probably gonna. Let's go. Let's go on him.
Come on.
Easy.
Oh!
So easy. This man.
No. So yeah, TLDR, even the best Dota players in the world can't stop a noob from, well, being a noob. Speaking of being a noob though, I wanted to end off this video by giving a huge thank you to JerAx for sharing his time with me and being open to going on this journey with a brand new Dota player. I feel pretty confident that I can take the noob label off now after all these coaching sessions. Even though we weren't able to get the final win, I think it's safe to say my gameplay improved immensely thanks to your coaching, and your positive attitude and good vibes made this experience that much more special. So everyone, please put a JerAx in the comments of this video if you enjoyed and want to show JerAx some love for doing this crazy challenge with me. Maybe we can even convince him to come back one day. You never know. Anyways, that's enough of me for one video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.